Hey guys, so in today's video I'm going to be showing you how you can do a marble technique, and in this video I do use gel. So if you don't have gel, you can pick up some gel yourself. You could possibly even use nail polish. I have not tried that yet, but you can try it, and if it works, let me know down in the comments below. So if any of you follow my Instagram, I had posted a nail set that I had done with marble, and it was blue. It was a custom mix of Peppi gel colors. So here is the custom mix. I will be recreating that particular design, and then I'm going to be doing a marble also with Glow Getter and basically naked, so you can see, you can do marbling with any color you want. So to get started, I'm going to go ahead and do my first layer of dip on all of these nails. So I will also show you guys how I keep my product really thin at the cuticle area. So when I am polishing a nail, I always kind of give it a little swirl around and brush off one side of the brush inside the bottle. And then I start about right here. I go ahead and I brush that all down, and then what I do is go back right here and I do this bulldozing method to kind of push that product up into the cuticle line so that I get a really smooth, even line. And dip my product. Okay, hopefully I was in frame for all that because I was not paying attention. So we will do this again. What I do, pull off the product on one side of the brush. I'm going to start about right here on the nail. And I need just a little bit extra. So I'm going to take that product and I'm just going to do this little bulldozing method where I'm just kind of pushing that product up into the cuticle line so that I'm not flooding it, and then I go back and smooth everything out. Dip into the product. I also will do a base layer of clear. I do 2 dips of color, and then as this is still kind of wet, to keep my product really thin, what I will do is go ahead and dip it into clear as it's drying so that I have capped everything. And I am also able to keep my nails very, very thin. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and dip all the other colors, and then we will jump into the process of marbling. Okay, so I have all 3 colors dipped. I'm going to take my number 2 and apply a layer of this. And while I am working on myself and my client, I am always sure to never oversaturate the nail. You can see the product spreading on the color. I don't ever want to flood the client's hand and finger with product. Overexposure causes contact dermatitis. So I very carefully apply my number 2 only on the product, making sure I do not oversaturate the skin. I'm going to give that 2 minutes to dry. We're going to shape everything and then do our marbling. Okay. So for the sake of the video, I went ahead and done my shaping, buffing, prepping of the nail. Once you have everything shaped up and even the way you like it, I am going to take my gel top coat by Light Elegance. I prefer Light Elegance due to my nail allergies. They are hypoallergenic and very, very friendly for anyone who suffers from hemimonomer allergies. So I'm going to take this, and I'm going to apply a very thin layer on all of these nails. I'm not going to cure this at all. I want to leave that wet layer down so that I can do my marbling. Okay, so once I have got my base layer down, excuse me guys, my allergies are going crazy. Don't know about you, but we have pollen really bad where I'm at. Okay, so I'm going to take this little palette that I found from Amazon, and what I'm going to do is lay down a little dollop of clear gel top coat. Okay, and then I'm going to take my just kidding. I'm actually going to take my Female and Fabulous. This is a buttercream from Light Elegance, same company, and a striping brush or a detailing brush. Not this one. I'm going to make sure that I've got one that's really long, like so. So I'm going to be taking this brush right here. I am going to dip my brush into my white. Now this is like a pearl white. I don't want it to be super stark at first, so I'm going to go ahead and just load my brush. And then what I'm going to do is, hopefully I'm in frame, I can't see what I'm doing. Okay, so I'm going to take this loaded white detailing brush and get a little bit of clear into the brush as well. All right, so you really cannot go wrong with your marbling. You just put it wherever you want it to go. So I'm just going to make some little squiggly marks. I'm going to take this gel again along with my brush, dip it back in, and continue on. And if you guys can see, if I can zoom in for you, that with that base layer down of clear, your gel just automatically starts moving and spreading out and creating that really beautiful marble look that you're going for. So really, it doesn't matter where your stripes are. And if you feel like your lines are a little bit too stark, just come back over here to this side, get you a little bit of clear, mix up that color, go back in, and just wiggle, 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 wiggle your brush. So the first layer does not have to be perfect, because you're going to go back in and redefine all of your lines. So we're just going to keep on wiggling until we are satisfied with our first coat. Okay, so I'm going to stop there and clean my brush off. And then I'm going to take a little bit of Pool Shark to give it a little bit more dimension. Again, this is another buttercream from Light Elegance. I'm going to take a little bit of that color and wiggle it in as well. I'm going to go ahead and get a little bit of clear too. And I'm going to wiggle that gray in to give it some dimension. If you feel like you have too much clear and it's not coming out as crisp as you want it, wipe the clear off, dip directly into your color. And basically I'm just outlining where my marble is. And I'm not curing any of this quite yet because I want all of my lines to kind of blend together. I don't want anything to be super defined and stark yet. So, ooh, I don't know if I'm in frame. I'm so sorry. Okay, so here we go. Here is our marbling. I'm pretty happy with that look. So I'm going to go ahead, wipe my brush off. And then I'm going to go in with just a tiny bit of just white, which is your stark white. Again, another buttercream from Light Elegance. Dipping my brush directly into the product. I'm going to be sure that I'm pushing my brush all the way down so I can make sure that it's nice and loaded up. And before I go painting onto the nail, I'm just going to make some stripes down here to make sure everything is evenly distributed through the bristles. Do a little bit of this clear. Okay, and then from here, what I'm going to do is just outline very, very lightly where I want to define my stripes. I'm going to go back in with this extra product over here on my palette. I don't want to dip directly into my paint just yet. And I don't know if you guys can see on camera, but in real life, you can see where all the pretty marbling is done, and you just basically outline whatever you want to outline. You cannot go wrong with marble. So here we are. I'm pretty happy with that look. Okay, so from here, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to give it a little flash cure with my handy dandy little flashlight. I will cure this for a few seconds. I just want that top coat to be a little bit tacky so that I can apply my nail foils. Okay, now from here, the next step is to take your foils, and I got my foils from Amazon. I'm going to be using these gold foils right here and some tweezers. It's much easier to apply this foil on like a sticky layer rather than it being sopping wet. So that's why I'll give it a little bit of a cure so that I've got some tackiness to work with. Okay, so once you pull off a little bit of foil, let me zoom back in. We've got a little bit right there on our brush or tweezers already. So again, really doesn't matter where you place it. You're just accenting all of your marble. And with this foil, it kind of just melts into the nail. I typically will try to follow some of the lines. Just to keep everything kind of symmetrical. I hope that this is in focus. I'm so sorry if it's not. Really don't want too much foil. Just a tiny bit. Don't want it to overpower the nail. I really want the marble to be the main focus. Okay, so I'm pretty happy with the look of that. Let's see if it's going to focus. Maybe I need to move some of this stuff. There we go. Okay, I'm pretty happy with how that looks. So I'm going to go ahead and top coat it with my gel. Again, I'm using Super Shiny from Light Elegance. And with this, I'm going to go ahead and give it a generous layer, floating the product on top of the nail so that it can self-level. And I'm going to give that a full 60-second cure in my lamp. Here we have the 3 different marbles. You can do marbling with any color. It's really so simple. There's really no rhyme or reason to where you're putting your color down at. When you lay down that base layer of your top coat or your base coat, whichever you use, putting down that base layer will help do the marbling for you. It is so simple. So I hope you guys found this helpful. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, definitely leave me a comment down below. Give the video a thumbs up. And I will catch you in the next little tutorial. Thanks so much for watching, guys.